Gemini. Hi. This is going to be messages and reading for Gemini. My name is ReGina, and welcome to this video. Welcome to my channel. The channel where I do different readings, star readings, oracle card readings for different signs, for different occasions. This is only second video I am doing here this way, so very beginning, I'm still figuring out what type of readings to do the most and the schedule and all that. So now I'm just doing different readings and see what resonates the most with you guys watching. And this is going to be, this is a timeless reading. However, it is created with and done with the intention for these to be messages for last days of October 2022. What is the most important message for you to be aware of? No, Gemini, I'm using an oracle card deck for this one, and I'm gonna pull 3 cards and see what messages come up. And also, if I'm the person who, if some cards flip over and fall out while I shuffle, I do use those cards as part of the reading. Okay, let's see. What are the messages for Gemini? What are the messages for Gemini? Oops. Okay, that was like 1/3 of the deck fell out. It was a little bit too much to pick one. Let's see. Okay. All right, so here are the cards that came out. The one is friendship, pay attention, and wait. Let's see. I want to start with a card wait, because wait is usually kind of like a little bit of a warning card, meaning it just tells, like says that there's some kind of decision that you are in need to make. That's a pretty important decision, and at this time the suggestion is to not rush into the decision making. Be patient and gather maybe some more information about this situation that is related to, like, you know, what is the situation you need to make decision about. Maybe it's more than just one decision, and the need to wait before you make the final decision is usually because there's some kind of information, very important information for you to know, information that you don't know yet, but it will be good for you to know that information in order to make the best decision you possibly can for yourself. You know, the final decision. And with that said, I would say look deeper into this situation, into the options that you are given, opportunities, ask people around. And here comes in the second card, which says pay attention. Now, once you start to look for something, once we humans start to look for something by law of attraction, we start to see it somewhere, everywhere. People talk about things. So the more, my point is, the more you ask yourself, okay, or you communicate with spirits. Communicate with spirits. Also, we do have a card friendship. So ask your friends, talk to your friends, think who could be the friend who could maybe know, like, you know something about that situation or opportunity, who could give some more information. Maybe if you have had some friend in mind, to contact some friend in mind for completely different reason. You have just had your friend in mind and thought, like, oh, I haven't talked to so-and-so for a long time, I should contact him or her and just catch up. And so do that. because that friend might have completely randomly, unexpectedly, have some information that you need in order to make that final decision. That you need some information, some more information before you can make the best decision for yourself. Also, when it comes to waiting, for some of you, I feel like there are some people who feel very pressured to make a decision, make a final decision, pressured from the outside, someone, whether it's one person or more people. Just I feel like there are some people who are pressured to make decision. Stand your ground and make sure like you don't rush also into making decision only because you are pressured to make a decision. Come up with some answers, some reasonable answer that they may be so that they can understand, or like, you know, whatever the situation. I know that sometimes people, when they want others to do something and control how things go, people can sometimes be really mean and not so nice. So just look at, you know, whatever your situation, who are the people you are getting this pressure from, and when you are in your own space, take a few deep breaths and kind of feel it out, that situation, sit with it, and think like, what is it? You know, when you bring yourself into the moment and you think of a situation, some ideas, usually some more ideas come up, and like those ideas are easier to hear and notice, and, you know, think what is it that you could say to people pressuring you to just leave you be until you're ready to make that decision. And sometimes you don't even need to give any kind of explanation. It really depends on the situation. But make sure you make a decision in a way and in time that is most okay with you. Do know and understand and keep in mind that if you are making a decision about something new in your life, there will most likely be some kind of discomfort and some kind of concern maybe, or worry a little bit here and there, because, you know, everything new comes with, like, everything new is unknown usually, and there it can come with, you know, stepping out of comfort zone, and it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, and so that can be there, but you know, you if you really listen to yourself, you will know what to say, when to say, and when to make that final decision, and trust your gut feeling as well when making decision, and pay attention to synchronicities and signs. Like, once you start to think about something that you want answers to, you're gonna start to notice, maybe overhear a conversation just randomly from random strangers on the street, or in the line for coffee, or you know, some song may come up, the same song on the radio in your car or in the coffee place you go to at work, and so there may be answer in lyrics to your question, or some guidance, some insight, input in there, it can be really anything. Signs can be anything, but once you notice something sticks out to you, and you feel like, this was odd, that's usually, like, you know, if you want to know how to know what is sign and what not, usually when there's something more to something you hear or overhear, or get that message, that sign, usually it comes with that, that was odd, that was interesting, I don't know what that was about. Like, somehow it will be something out of usual, out of ordinary, usually. usually. Like, not 100% all the time, but for most part, that's how the messages from universe, from spirit, signs like come in. Some synchronicities will happen that can, for some people, synchronicities is a thing, and you'll notice some synchronicities. So pay attention to those, and you'll get your answer. And then friendship, when it comes to friendship, I already mentioned, like, if you've had a feeling to connect with someone, communicate with someone, then this card is kind of like a confirmation to it, because this person may have some kind of clue or insight for your situation that you are in to make a decision to. But also, it could just be that you need some friends time, that you haven't spent some time with friends and have just been busy with everyday life, with work, with whatever it is, and you have not spent some time with your friends, and it's just time to get together for some fun time, whatever it is, even if it's just catching up in like conversation over the phone or something like that. But connect with your friends. Don't neglect your friends right now. It's important to connect with them. Even just sending message. I sometimes I know some of my friends are super busy, and have said that they are super busy and that they are just have some life situations, things happen, and so. But what I tend to do is I just send a message, and it's like, hey, just thought of you, how are you doing? And no need to answer if you're busy or so. I just wanted to let you know that you were on my mind, and hope all's going well, and something like that. Sometimes it can be exactly what that person needs. Like, we never know what's going on in other person's life. Maybe it is that person needs you. Like, that person needs friend, and they need to hear from someone, and they want to hear from someone when just they initiate it. Sometimes people, when they are going through some tough time, they're not always really in that space to reach out to someone. Some people don't like to or don't like to open up to others about their problems, or they don't want others to know that they're going through some tough time. Yet that is a time, so they are not going to be the first ones to reach out and say like, oh, I really need some help or so. Some people are like that. They're not going to do it when they are going through tough time. And then just one friend out of the blue randomly sending the message and saying, hey, I thought of you, how are you, what's even just that can change that person's who's going through tough time day or life. Who knows? There have been stories of people in real life where somebody says, hey, just because I was ready to take my own life, and okay, now this got kind of really dark and deep, but maybe some of you, this is coming up for a reason. People have said they were ready to take their own life, and then something happened. They saw this video, or they had a stranger ask how they were, and that kind of changed their whole plan and just pulled them out of that space. We never know what's happening in people's lives, and most of the time when somebody does take their own life, then those closest to this person are very surprised. So clearly this person needed someone to talk to or listen to them or so, and they just didn't it just didn't happen. And so we never know what's happening in person's life. And like I said, so sometimes message can be not because of you, contacting a friend, reaching out to a friend, may be not because of you, but maybe just it will help a friend, even if that friend doesn't talk right that moment in time. Still telling you also from experience, personal. So Yeah, and that's all. That's what I have for you, Gemini. Hope you enjoy the messages. Click like if you enjoyed and got some value from the messages. And if you vibe with my vibe, my reading vibe, my delivery vibe, and all that comes with it, then subscribe to my channel for future videos. And I do hope to see you in some future videos.